Well, the first Arizona execution in more than 2 years was carried out today. And here are some of those details regarding the execution of Aaron Gunches. He was sentenced to death for the 2002 murder of Ted Price, his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. The execution comes after the state's execution through lethal injection was under scrutiny following several botched executions in recent years. News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter Corus Nylander listened to that post-execution briefing from state officials and witnesses that were there during the execution. He joins us with the report just outside of the state prison complex in Florence.
Well, it took over 20 years for the victim's family to feel like they finally got justice. It took only about 20 minutes for Aaron Gunches to pass away by lethal injection.
If Ted were alive today, he would be 63 years old. I'd like to imagine we would both be enjoying our retirement and perhaps planning a trip together rather than me coming here to witness the execution of the man that took his life.
It's a wound that will never heal, but today Karen Price feels a long chapter is coming to a close after watching her brother's murderer, Aaron Gunches, executed by lethal injection.
Today marks the final chapter in a process that has spanned nearly 23 years. But our journey of healing is far from over.
Gunches' execution was witnessed by 5 media representatives that all described the process as smooth and uneventful.
When they asked if he had any last words, he just shook his head and closed his eyes, and that was it.
Gunches murdered Ted Price in 2002. Karen says it happened after he caught his ex-girlfriend doing drugs in front of children and threatened a reporter. Gunches kidnapped him, drove him into the desert, and shot him multiple times.
Ted was killed for doing the right thing. A senseless crime that robbed the world of a genuinely kind man.
Right now, there are still over 100 inmates sitting on death row in Arizona. At this point, the Department of Corrections has no information on who will be the next inmate to face execution. Reporting from Florence, Corus Nylander, News 4 Tucson.
Meantime, Attorney General Chris Mays spoke about the execution. Here's what she had to say.
The family of Ted Price has been waiting for justice for more than 2 decades. They deserve closure. Under a system that is more transparent, more accountable, and more faithful to our Constitution and the rule of law.
Mays went on to say justice for Ted Price and his family was finally served. For continuing coverage on the execution of Aaron Gunches, just stay with us here on News 4 Tucson online and on your mobile device.